I'm all excited. Who's going to be around here today? I've come to see my favourite pigeons. Looks like it's going to be a nice day today. They're here. Oh, there's one up there, one up the top. Oh, look, he just flew over my head, look. Can you see him? It just nearly flew on my head. And there's 3 rings, so not 3 rings anymore. Honestly, it nearly sort of landed on my head. That's funny. Right. 3 rings is excited, but oh look. Right, this is fun. My favourite pigeons there. 3 rings is excited, can come up here, look. There's Perky. Is Perky gonna come up? Come on, Perky. If Perky comes off my hand, it'd be the first time ever. But these are my favourite pigeons. I mean, I love all pigeons. That's that new one that I saw yesterday. Really beautiful. Come on, 3 rings. 3 rings. I mean, I can't believe that. It actually flew down on my head. I mean, I couldn't film it, but I could actually feel the claws go on my head when I've come round the corner. That's amazing. But these are my favourite pigeons because they actually recognise me, these pigeons. Where the ones on ride and all that and wherever I've gone. I'm going to go to a place called Nursling today. What's that alarm? How annoying, eh? Turn it off. Oh. Anyway, it's not too bad. At least it's not allowed. Sometimes the thing is, oh good, it's gone off. Sometimes, I mean, I live in the town centre, you know, and I've got shops all the way around me. And sometimes the alarms go off and they're really loud. And, you know, sometimes they go off during the night whilst I'm sleeping. And it's not very nice because they take hours to turn off, you know. And I think they should be against the law. I think people should get fined if they don't turn them off quickly, let's put it that way. Because it's so disturbing for everyone around the neighbourhood. And I just think if people are going to put alarms on their shop, they need to turn it off within 10 minutes or they get fined. Because as I say, noise pollution, we don't realise it, but the world's changed in a big way actually over the last few hundred years, that's for sure. Mr. Redwing wants to come up. Oh, sorry, 3 rings, 2 rings now. But yeah, I can believe that. But yeah, we live in a very noisy world. You know, you've got to think like motors, the motor engine. When it was invented, it changed the world in a big way. Our world started getting noisier. That's for sure. That's a view of them down there. So that was really nice, actually, sort of coming around the corner and then flying on my head. I think it was Mr. Redwing, I'm not sure who it was, but they come up behind me flying on my head because they were so pleased to see me. There's that alarm going off again. I mean, it's not too loud, but sometimes they're really loud, but that is annoying. That is noise pollution, if you ask me. And that's the thing, you know, like, you can imagine the world a few hundred years ago when it used to be peaceful. And I think when it used to be more peaceful, people used to be more pleasant. And I just think the world's getting more and more unpleasant to live in. You know, it makes people unhappy when there's alarms going off and all kinds of noises all the time. And even the pigeons have got to put up with it. We all got to put up with it. And I think it's time to get quieter. I mean, I like the idea of electric cars coming in, but that's not going to solve all the problems. Because I'll tell you why. Because you know, you think like electric cars not going to pollute anything, then net zero, but that's not true. You know, you've still got rubber on the tyres, and apparently I think it causes 20% of air pollution, rubber particles in the air. Now people don't realise it, you can't really see these rubber particles, but you think about all the tyres that need being changed all the time, on every wheel out there, on every car, right, and they need changing at least once a year. Look, Mr. Redwing is going for, is that Darth Vader? Yeah, oh look, he's pecking at my fur. But they're really pleased to see me, weren't they? There's a little ant down there. You've got to be careful I don't kill it with nuts. Look, Perky's opening the wing up there. So we are living in a very noisy world. And it kind of, it's like being tired really. Like when people are tired they get angry. And you know, when people are living in a noisy world, it's not so pleasant, and when, you know, it takes happiness away, that's for sure. A little bit of happiness. I think like 200 years ago when it's peaceful, people used to be a lot more happier. Let's put it that way. Where are they going? Come on, Mr. Redwing. I know, that was a false alarm. Say, like, even if they're here, they've got such good hearing on them, and if they hear a peregrine falcon they might fly off. Mr. Redwing's behaving strange today. He normally comes up on my lap. Come on, Mr. Redwing, get close to me. So that's fun, coming around the corner. This is a new one, I call it. New one. It's quite new. So that's fun, coming around. They're my favourite pigeons. I love all pigeons, but these are my favourite because they get excited when I come around the corner. I mean, you just witnessed that well, I don't know, I didn't actually film it, but they actually flew around my onto my head. I thought they were going to land on my head, because they were so excited when I come around the corner to see me. I mean, that's happened before, but I never had it on my camera on record, but I felt the claws going on my head today. They actually sort of landed on my head briefly, you know, just flew past, and his feet, touched my head basically, and it was quite good. I've never had that really before, being touched by a pigeon, you know, sort of flying past. Nearly landed on my head. So there's the alarm again. And that's a horn, which is, you're not really allowed to bib your horns unless it's for emergency reasons, really, you know, so it's against the law really, bibbing your horns, but everyone does it. Even when they say hello to someone, when they see someone, do you know what I mean? And it is so disturbing. We're living in a very disturbing world today. And a lot of people don't realise what noise pollution is, because we're actually born in it. It's the world we're born in. I mean, I was born in 1965, and back then there weren't many cars. It was rare really to see a car on the road in a kind of way. Let's put it this way, there weren't like loads of cars everywhere like this today. You'd only see, I think, anyway, there weren't so many cars, and as I was growing up, when I was 5, 6, 7, there weren't so many cars as there is today. They just manufactured them, so there's, you know, everyone's got one almost, you know what I mean? And, well, some people have got 5 cars, or more. And it's just gone stupid, if you ask me, you know. I think that, you know, we need to maybe sort of get, our food to the shops and all that, I feel. lorries and that, you know, but I feel like there's too many people and too many young people driving. That's the thing. I think like you should be at least, you know, I'm not putting young people down, but I think you should be at least 25 before you drive. You know, when you're a bit more mature, let's put it that way. And I feel like the same with the police force. I thought that was the American talking. Same with the police force. I think you should be at least the age of 30 before you get to the police force, you know. You know, when you're a bit more mature, when you're more experienced, basically, if you see what I mean. But yeah, these are my favourite pigeons, that's for sure. I love them, you know. It's really, you know, made my day actually, in trying to land on my head, nearly landing on my head today. See, look at him shivering. See the lorries going by, disturb the pigeons. It's the world we're living in, isn't it? It's getting crazier and crazier, if you ask me. Where people, I'm telling you, 100 years ago used to be a lot more happier in a peaceful world when there weren't so many cars around. That's the truth. You know, you think about how much money we actually spend on roads and, you know, putting all these lampposts and electric it costs each night just to light up all the roads. We spend a fortune just so everyone can have a car. Right, that's it from me. Have a good day and love all birds.